Hi, in this session we will be discussing about ecosystem. We will be discussing about what are structure and function of ecosystem, components of ecosystem, productivity and homeostasis. So, syllabus in detail, we will be discussing structure and function, then different ecosystem components like abiotic and biotic components. Under biotic components, we will be discussing about producers, consumers and decomposers, and then we will be discussing about productivity, what is primary and secondary productivity, what is gross and net productivity, and what is homeostasis in ecosystem. So, ecosystem, the term ecosystem was coined by Arthur G. Tansley, and the term means that ecosystem consists of biotic community of an area along with its habitat. So, the biotic community of an area along with its habitat is called as ecosystem. And biotic community of an area means it consists of both plant and animal community. And the system formed by integration of all living and non-living factors of environment is called as ecosystem, and it is the major structural and functional unit of a ecology, or it's the basic unit of ecology is ecosystem. And ecosystem simply means the biotic community of an area along with its habitat is called as ecosystem. Now, there are two main aspects of ecosystem, that is structure and function of ecosystem. And structure of an ecosystem means it's related to the species diversity and different components of an ecosystem. That is, structure of an ecosystem consists of both the biotic components and the abiotic components of an ecosystem. And next is the function of an ecosystem. And function of an ecosystem means how energy flow is taking place there, how materials are cycling within an ecosystem. That is included in function of ecosystem. So, two main aspects of ecosystem are structure and function. In structure, we are dealing with the different biotic and abiotic components of an ecosystem. And in function, we are dealing with the roles or the energy flow which is taking place within an ecosystem, and the material or nutrient cycle which is taking place in an ecosystem. And energy is needed by an ecosystem depends on its structure, and more complex structure means less energy is needed for maintaining itself. So, the energy which is required by an ecosystem always depends on its structure, that is its biotic and abiotic components. And if the ecosystem is more complex, that means a more complex ecosystem will have more number of species. That is, more complex ecosystem will have high species diversity, and such an ecosystem will need less energy to maintain itself. Now, under structure of ecosystem, it includes the components of ecosystem like biotic and abiotic components. And under structure of ecosystem, we will be studying about the composition of biological community, including species number, biomass and distribution. Then under structure, we can study about the quality and distribution of non-living materials like nutrients and water. And also we will be discussing about range or gradient of conditions of existence such as light and temperature. So, structure of an ecosystem simply means the components of the ecosystem, that is biotic, abiotic component. And by saying structure of ecosystem, we are meaning the composition of biotic organism or the composition of living organism within an ecosystem, that is their species number, biomass or distribution. Then the second factor which we are studying under structure is the non-living components like nutrient and water. What is the quality of nutrients present there, how they are distributed, that also is studied under structure of ecosystem. And lastly, what is studied under structure of ecosystem is that range or gradient of conditions of existence, such as light, temperature, etc. Suppose we are taking a xerophytic condition, there will be high temperature will be present in such a condition. So under structure, the third character which is studied is that how the different conditions are present, the range or gradient of different conditions of existence. So this all are studied under structure of ecosystem, or these all are the meaning of structure of ecosystem. Next is function of ecosystem. So function of ecosystem means, what all we are studying under function of ecosystem means the rate of biological energy flow which is taking place within an ecosystem is its function, and how materials and nutrients are cycling within an ecosystem is one of its function, and biological or ecological regulation of organism by an environment or vice versa its function, and productivity of ecosystem is also its function. So what all are studied under function of ecosystem is that the studies about how energy flow is taking place within an ecosystem, how the materials or nutrients are cycling within an ecosystem, and how the organisms are being controlled by the environment, or how the environment is manipulated or regulated by the organism, and also productivity of an ecosystem is its function, or function reveals the working of an ecosystem under natural condition. So these all are coming under functions of ecosystem. Next main topic in this section is ecosystem components, and ecosystem components is coming under structure of ecosystem. So an ecosystem has two main components, that is biotic and abiotic component, or otherwise we can say living and non-living components. So biotic components are the living organism which is present in an ecosystem. These include plants, animals, microorganisms, etc. So the living components or living organisms of an ecosystem is called as biotic components, and usually based on the nutrition, whether these organisms are able to produce their own food or they depend on other organisms for their food, we can divide these biotic components into three, that is producers, consumers and decomposers. So producers are organisms that manufacture organic component from simple inorganic substances, or producers are those organisms which can make their own food, or telling it in more complicated way, producers are those organisms which can manufacture organic components from simple inorganic substances, or otherwise these producers are called as autotrophs or self-nourishing. And under producers, the main or major producers are the green plants. In addition to green plants, certain photosynthetic bacteria and protozoans are also present which can synthesize organic components from simple inorganic substance, but the Quantity of photosynthetic bacteria and protozoans are very insignificant comparing to green plants. So producers are those organisms which can produce their own food. They are called as autotrophs, and green plants are the major chunk in producers, or maximum number green plants are present, and in insignificant quantity photosynthetic bacteria and protozoans are also coming under producers. Next is consumers. Consumers are those organisms which cannot produce their own food, or they depend upon other autotrophs for their food, and they are otherwise called as heterotrophic organisms. And depending upon what they are feeding, these consumers can be divided into primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. Primary consumers are herbivores. That means they feed on plants. They are also called as first order consumers. Coming to secondary consumers, they are carnivores. That means they feed on other herbivores. They are second order consumers. And tertiary consumers are top consumers. They feed on other carnivores. So consumers means they cannot prepare their own food. They are depending on autotrophs for their food or other organisms for their food, and they can be divided into three: primary, secondary, and tertiary consumers. Next are decomposers. So decomposers include mainly microorganisms like fungus and bacteria, and these decomposers are also incapable of manufacturing their own food, and they mainly depend upon dead and decaying plant and animal parts for their food. So decomposers are incapable of producing their own food, and here they are depending on dead and decaying plants and animals for their food. And the property of decomposers is that they can convert complex organic substance into simpler inorganic substances. So in the previous slide we had seen that autotrophs can convert simple inorganic substance into complex organic substances, whereas decomposers are able to convert these complex organic substance into simple inorganic substances. And next component of ecosystem is the abiotic component or the non-living components. And these abiotic components are mainly divided into two, that is climatic factors and edaphic factors. And under climatic factors are humidity, temperature, rain, water, wind, and light. And under edaphic factors is soil and substratum. So these are the abiotic components of ecosystem, and together the abiotic and biotic components of an area along with its habitat form the ecosystem, or the biotic community of an area along with its habitat form the ecosystem. Thank you.